And then we'll move on to our fourth theme is working plans and activities. So how do you distribute work evenly and ensure responsibilities are shared? Um, like I guess like equitably and like equally among the partners. So like if you have, yeah, like who does what, or like again, is that based on your contract? Like I guess like how do you maintain balance to prevent one partner from carrying more workload? Like when you guys have these partnerships, like how does that work?
Um, it tried to like explain the mutually beneficial partnership of it, right? So even on that grid I showed you, it really discusses that if you are a strategic partner with us and you have a bigger investment, you should get kind of the first crack at hiring our students.
Okay.
You should be, um, let's say auto collision. We have an auto collision program, which is just like auto body.
Right.
Those kids, first of all, when they graduate, they're going to make so much money. But there are like businesses like they don't have enough workers that are skilled for auto collision, and those students have jobs waiting for them when they walk out the door.
Oh
And
wow.
we have a couple really great strategic partners. Um, that are have just been like great. They do the job shadows and externships, and then because they do that, because they offer those externships, they really do get first dibs at hiring. Um, I've had
Wow,
auto
okay.
collision, like a body shop, call me in April and say, "Hey, I'm looking to hire." And I'm like, "Oh,
Oh.
okay, let me see." And then I call the teacher and he's like, no." Like they should have called me in August. Like they need to be coming in to guest speak and they need to be involved. Like this is a
Okay.
partnership. We're not like a farm for your
Yeah. So it's all like, hey,
right.
I'm ready to pick
Yeah.
my apples. All right. I need so and so and so and so. And then they're like, no, that's not how it works. Oh wow.
Right.
Okay. So he said it's not a farm.
So it's interesting now, and it wasn't always like that either, though, because like I've been doing this for like I started teaching when I was 24. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it's been like 20 years. So I I like CTE, career and technical ed was always kind of this like begging for partners, but now it's like yeah, I've seen things kind of change where more companies are recognizing the value of what we do.
Okay.
So we have more of a stake in the game where I can tell this auto collision company like sorry, like call us in August and start like being an actual partner.
Yeah, because I think that, yeah, like that's important too. Because it's like, I think you probably have partners that are like that, right? They're just like, yeah, sure. And then they're like, give me workers. It's like they think it's
Yeah.
like a trade-off kind of. And
Yeah.
I think like
So
you kind of like you started, like you said, like you have the respect now and like
yeah.
the name for your guys' self, where it's like,
Yeah.
no, you have to be, if you're going to be a partner, you have to be involved. And I think
Yeah.
that's also a big deal for partnerships. They're probably like,
Yeah.
I did not sign up for this. I just
Yeah.
thought I was getting people. So I think that's really important too. And I think so I'm just looking over my notes right here. So I
Yeah,
guess like
well, look what I we also that grade two, we also ask for donations because it's about $200 to come to our program. Some students don't even have a dollar to do
right.
that. So we have that. Some of our programs they are absolutely required to have certain pieces of equipment. Like the State Board of Cosmetology requires them to have a kit with these 20 items in it and they have to buy it themselves. Like
Okay.
not provided for them and it's like $2,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
We
So
ask
those
for
are like some
monetary
things.
donation. Yeah, it's a lot. Monetary donations and then equipment donations. We will
Oh,
take
okay.
our auto tech like is always getting donations for cars so like the kids can work on the cars.
Okay, okay, that
Um,
makes sense. Yeah, I mean it makes
yeah,
sense when you're also because also, yeah, like these kids are sometimes, yeah, they don't have money. So I'm assuming that there would have to be like some kind of, yeah, like some donations and stuff from the partnership. So that's always a plus.
mhm.
So I guess like making sure, I mean, that goes in with the agreements too, but like just clear, like just having clear responsibilities before these things like start, obviously, right? Like, um, well, for instance, the auto guy, like you said, he called, so it's like it doesn't work like that. So at that point, is that like when you're like, hey, like this is not how we work, like you would have to call, yeah, that
Super
conversation.
professional conversation and
Yeah.
yeah, actually, you're our students are in such a high demand right now. We've had a lot of other industry partners that have been involved with the program like from the first of the year. So
Okay.
unfortunately, we don't have any students right now to interview for your position, but I'd ask you to, can I give you the teacher's contact so you can,
Okay.
start being involved with the class. I don't think that particular auto body shop was interested in that. I don't think he ever followed up with the teacher, but that's okay. I mean,
And that happens, I'm sure. Yeah, like
yeah,
it's your and it's just which is good because obviously they kind of like gets rid of the partnerships that are not really like serious in a way, right? So like
yeah.
it
And I
kind of
think
like
about, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was just saying like that kind of helps in a way. I know it's like a bummer, but it's, at the same time, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, this you're saving me work. Then like, I guess like not wasting time, right? Like now you guys can like move on to the next partnership or like have other options if someone's not interested in that way. So I guess it's kind of nice. So you don't have to like you're like, okay, this person's not following up. Next, like we can go to like
Next.
another partner.
Yeah, and I definitely like we're big on strategic partnerships. We just don't want everybody.
Right? Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, I also think about, well, if in my job, my end of the day, I always ask myself, and I learned this from one of my leaders, if what I'm doing is ultimately benefiting students, because
Okay.
that's my end game. Is whatever I'm working on during the day going to benefit these students? Because I'm out of the classroom now. I miss having students, but I know that if what I'm doing benefits them. So to me, having multiple places and choices of them to go, like possibly get employed or interview at, so they have more options is big to
Yeah.
do. But sometimes the strategic partnership thing is funny because we want like these good partners, but sometimes I still feel like part of my job is casting this super wide net and
Right.
see
I mean,
like
I think, like you said, like there's steps. Like you have the wide net, you're like pulling in all these partners, but at the same time, when it narrows down, right, it's like a web, right? You have to like kind of narrow it down to who's the best fit for the students. Like you said, I
yeah,
mean, at the end of the day, you're not just I mean, you care about the students. This is like
yes,
your passion. So it's like you're not just going to send them to, these places that are not that credible or have good reputation. So yeah, you can cast a bunch of people and all these partnerships and organizations, but when it comes to like narrowing it down to like sending students to where, like I think that's where that passion comes in. It's like, well, I still want these students to be successful. I still want them to work at places that are really good. So I
yes,
love that part. Like that still
yeah,
brings into like it's not just a business. You're like
yeah,
your focus is still which is the students. Like that's the
yes,
whole point is
yeah,
bringing this in. And I think people could get lost in that too because it becomes
yes,
like transactional. I'm sure. Like
yep,
it's like we have this, you have that, blah blah blah. But then remembering the main goal, which is like you're working with students. And I think that's really important. And I love that. Like you mentioned that. I think that's beautiful because some people kind of forget the end goal. It's like it becomes
yeah.
so like I said, transitional. Like it's like, okay, this, that.
But
Um,
I like that you said that because it's like I have my foot in both worlds. I have my foot in the education space and the workplace space because in the workforce, honestly, at the end of the day, it kind of is
It
transactional.
is, right?
Like
Like it's like
they care
business to
about their bottom
business.
line.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
yeah. And
And
not
I have
everybody
to talk to them like that. I have to be like, do you care about workforce? You know how expensive it is to hire and train. I know you do. So don't you want somebody that's going to be with you long term? And
yeah, yeah. So it's
yeah,
like it is a business transaction and it is like I mean in the end of the day like school in general, like university or any of these programs are transactional. I mean, it's always like, I hate to say it, but it's like, what am I going to get from this or like who, you know what I mean? Like, and it's sad that we have to say it like that, but it is
yeah,
like, I mean,
it
but
is.
that's the work part, but
Yeah.
the outcome of it is still beautiful. So it's like, yes,
Yes.
you're working with these programs. Yes, you have to make it like, don't you want this? This is our contract, da 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 da. But in the end, though, it's really, I mean, what's the main goal?
Benefit the
Yeah,
student. To me, in the end, it's still
yeah,
benefiting the student.
yeah. So it's like
Honestly, yeah.
I know sometimes it could be like that, but I think it's nice because it's like you kind of are, like you said, in both worlds because it's like you're doing that part with the partnerships. And I mean, I think like anytime you're dealing with like an organization or a partner or a contract, like that part is going to be like kind of like a little bit stale and like straightforward, but it's also just like liability too. Like you want to make sure you're bringing the right, people,
The
blah, blah,
right people
blah.
in for the right reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like that's exciting because then it's like when you see these students when they transition or they have jobs lined up, like the auto shop you said, like that's incredible. Like, it's like a beautiful feeling, I think, because it's like, wow, it's like you did all this work, but then it's like, they're going to be successful. And I think that part is, yeah, it's a huge benefit. So I think that is like, crazy to be in both worlds because you're like, I had to do this or I have to do that part.
Yeah.
And also, it's nice because I think it would be different if someone was in your position but didn't have like that passion for students or didn't have
Yeah.
that experience of teaching or like
Yep.
I'm not saying everybody has to teach, but like just in general, the passion for working with students. I think if you take that part out, like for we don't that I think it would be a little bit different, right? Like
Well,
people
it's a leader of my department has never taught. She's not education. She's worked in city government. She's worked for communications departments and school districts, and she just came over here. So she definitely has a different perspective, I think,
perspective,
than
yeah.
some
I
of
think
us do.
like I think there's definitely gonna be different perspective. That's what I was to say. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think it's negative, but like it could
Right.
be, you could see the difference of someone that's like had that part because it could be, like I said, it could be just business oriented. It's like I have
Right.
a mission, we're getting these partners, these organizations, that's my goal. Like if I was like, not working with students or had that like background of students, like it could be different perspectives. And I think with you, it's really nice because it's like I can pull in these partnerships, but also you have that passion working with students and it's like, I think it's beautiful. So I think that's really
I do
cool to
too.
have
I
that.
like it.
Yeah, I mean, how often can you say you love your job? So I think like I could say
I
like
do.
really,
I mean, it
really
stresses me out for sure, but like I remember every because I start thinking about doing other things, and I'm like, no, I like there's another opportunity in another department right now. Somebody's talked to me about, it, and I'm like, been thinking about it for 2 weeks, but I'm like, I don't think I want to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, yeah, it comes down to, and that's when you like, when other opportunities come up and you're like, oh, well, actually, I'm really, I like what I'm doing right now. I mean, that
yeah,
a lot of people can't say that. So I think, like, of course, it could probably be a lot of stress. You're dealing with a lot of people and a
yeah,
lot of things, but if you're, ultimately happy, like that's great. Like you like what you're doing and you're making an impact.
yeah,
Like that's a big deal.
yeah. I
We
do
kind of
like that.
touched base. I'm sorry. If you have to
Oh,
go, let me know. I feel bad. Like I didn't mean to like.
my boss called me, but she didn't leave a message.
So I'm just trying to like. We kind of talked about responsibility. Let me look. We have five. I'll try to wrap. Most of it is like you're kind of talking about it. What is it? Oh, I guess this one. So the
Which one,
theme,
number 5 or 4? Are you reading
we're
4?
on five. Yeah. So our fifth theme is partnership, evaluation, and challenges. We kind
Oh,
of talked about this a little bit. We talked about challenges, so we don't have to go over a lot, but I guess this is more of what methods or tools do you use to collect or analyze data to related to partnership outcomes? Like, I guess what measurable outcomes are you guys using or to track effectiveness or challenges? Like, what are you guys using?
yeah. So let me see if I can get this to work. Although I just sent the software company a heated email because they